Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online. I hope you're having a spectacular day wherever you are in the world today. Now, the title of today's video is Creating the Happy Habit by Removing Negative Self-Talk. I'm going to get into why it's so important for you to stop negative talk. Stop all that stuff that's going on the inside on a negative pattern loop. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about what you need to do in what order in order to get this handled, and how exactly to not only get it working for you and get it addressed, replace it with more supportive, empowering and positive stuff, but also how to make it stick for the long term. Have I got your attention? I hope so. Let's get started. So firstly, let's talk about why it's so important to cure yourself of negative self-talk. I'm reminded of something I heard from Brian Tracy about 30 years ago, believe it or not. And what he said really stuck with me. He said, "You are not what you think you are, but what you think you are." So in other words, as I've moved on through life, come to know that basically means that you can go around here on a conscious thinking level, convincing yourself that you're one thing, but predominantly what you think you are on the inside, your subconscious mind, the 95% of who you are, that's what's going to win out in the end. That's who you really, really are. And you will always revert to type in the end. So where does that subconscious programming come from? Well, in essence, it comes from the information that we feed ourselves minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, etc., etc. And over a period of time, that information becomes our belief system. Why? Because we have a little thing called a reticular activation system that goes out into our world to look for evidence to support that which we believe to be true. So what we do is reinforce it, and it gets more and more embedded in us. That is why if you are not seeing the stuff showing up in your life right now that you want to see show up, you need to get to the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem is your subconscious programming. How do you change that subconscious programming? You start feeding it better, more positive, more supportive, more empowering thoughts and feelings, so that over a period of time you'll reprogram your subconscious to propel you forward in the direction of the things that you want rather than the things that you don't want. Now I can hear you asking the question, right, so what do I do about this? Well, the first step, honestly, is to be aware of when you're feeding yourself negative thoughts, when you've got that negative chatter going on inside. The first thing is to be conscious of that, aware of that, and then you can begin to deal with the issue. Now, how I would go about dealing with this issue and how I would work with clients to overcome this issue would be to have a program of overwriting all of that negative self-talk with more positive and supportive and empowering affirmations, visualizations, etc. And have them at such a level that they're embedded. So if I was talking to you, they would be embedded in you. You would go over, you would go through a routine of repeating positive affirmations and getting into the feeling of those affirmations as if that is how you are feeling and that is what you are experiencing in the now. And whenever a certain loop of negative talk comes up, then you need to overwrite it with a positive affirmation. Here's the thing, your subconscious mind can only focus on one thing at a time effectively, and it will always focus on your predominant thoughts. So if you're always considering things on a negative level, and you've always got that negative narrative going on within you, then, well, you know how that's going to end up for you. You're going to feel terrible, because that's what your subconscious is feeding off. That's what your subconscious is going out there and looking for evidence to support. And more of the stuff that makes you feel bad is going to make you feel even worse. Wouldn't you agree? So every time that happens over a period of time, if you make the conscious effort to overwrite it, so every time you're aware of a negative self-talk kicking in, you immediately affirm and focus on what it is that you want, not the negative self-talk. And over a period of time, this will become automatic for you. And it will be your new default setting, that when a certain situation or external stimulus hits you, you'll react in a more positive and empowering way rather than the way that you're reacting right now. And the reason for that is through repetition. Through the repetition and the habit that's formed, it becomes reprogrammed in your self-conscious. I'm saying it again, in your subconscious, rather than the negative habit pattern, which was the negative self-talk that was there before. Well, it seems that all I want to do is talk about being self-conscious. I keep having a slip of the tongue, so maybe it's the universe's way of giving me a gentle nudge that I need to make a video about self-consciousness and maybe how to overcome it. So there's one for the future that I'll bear in mind. But just to wrap up on the subject for today, I wanted to talk to you about also reframing. This is a great tool for moving forward and overcoming this situation of negative self-talk, so that you can step into a place where you really have got the happy habit and every day is a joyful day for you. And that is reframing. As I say, reframing is literally attaching different labels to the things that you come into contact with in your external physical world. You see, the label you attach to something will conjure up a different meaning and a different feeling towards that meaning, and that will in turn dictate how you talk to yourself on an inner level about it, what it means to you, how you react to it, how you feel, and where you go from that, whether it disempowers you or it empowers you. You see, you could take two entirely different individuals and place them in exactly the same position with exactly the same set of external stimuli, and one person will react totally different from the other. So where's the difference? The difference can only be in the meanings that each individual is attaching to the experience that they're having. So my challenge to you is, if you're currently having an experience that you're not enjoying, then maybe you should get out there and start changing some of the labels and the meanings that you're attaching to the things that are showing up for you. And that will make you feel better, and in turn that will empower you to be more, do more, and have more in life. Trust me, it works. Okay, I hope that's inspired you. I hope it's given you food for thought, and I hope you do something with it. Take action. Action's where it's all at if you want real change to show up in your life. I'm here pretty much every day doing these things because I live it. I love it and I live it. So if you love it and you live it too, keep showing up. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you get notified when I bring new videos out. And if you want to dig even deeper, get across to my website, robertcbrown.online. That's robertcbrown.online. Get on my email list. Join my community of like-minded individuals. We're all there seeking personal improvement and spiritual alignment, and we all want to make a positive difference in this world of ours. And I hope that's you too, and if it is, I'd like to welcome you over there too. Well, that's it from me. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Catch you soon.